Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is, in fact, Ben Johnchung, who is visiting New York, arrived last night?
Yeah, last night.
Came over an hour ago, just had some pizza and drinks, so this is going to be a little bit of a buzzed stream. Maybe I'll get, are you drinking another thing?
Oh, yeah.
Should I get a, but I guess we're going to get drinks later tonight too. Okay.
I mean, Logan says you can have 9 drinks.
Easy farm on Trump, is it still farmable? What is Trump? I mean, I got, oh, it's all the way up to 99. I only got like 500 shares. If you guys want to know the truth, my mental state's really bad right now because I missed a huge click today. I could have made a lot of money, but we did okay. We still made money, but could have made a ton of money today. All right, Mamdani's out. Perfect timing.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Who's with him?
Before we get started, I want to thank our NICEM leadership, our dedicated agencies, and every single city worker who has been working tirelessly
This has to be
throughout these freezing conditions. An Arctic front continues
Holy cow.
to bear down on our city. New York remains in a code blue.
What?
Though a couple afternoons may have slipped above freezing this week, 34 degrees is the balmiest it has been. We are now headed into what will be some of the coldest days yet, with real field temperatures plummeting to 10.
I mean, he has to say safe havens
below.
here, I feel like.
These will be lethal conditions. Being outside for
Lethal hit. What the hell?
even a short period of time could pose a severe risk. For nearly 3 weeks, our dedicated outreach teams have been traversing every borough to protect
Oh, this is 5 boroughs, no?
the vulnerable and homeless from the elements. Since Monday, January 19th, we have made over 1,250 placements into shelters and
Safe havens.
havens and voluntarily transported 27 New Yorkers who are determined to be
Couldn't farm it.
a danger either to themselves or to those around them. Last night, we doubled the number of placements to shelter from the previous night, a sign that our committed outreach and expanded options for vulnerable New Yorkers are making a difference. 17 New Yorkers have tragically lost their lives outside during this prolonged period of extreme cold. I send my deepest condolences to their loved ones. As the cold deepens this weekend, we are taking a number of additional emergency steps to protect New Yorkers, building on our work of the past few weeks. To provide New Yorkers with as many shelter options as possible, we are adding roughly 65 new hotel shelter units for individuals reluctant to accept congregate settings. This weekend, we are operating 62 warming centers and vehicles. We are reopening 10 public schools as warming centers.
Right?
We are adding 2 new CUNY warming centers, and we have partnered with 2 overdose prevention centers to remain open 24 hours per day this weekend for their clients. We know that a number of these deaths have been individuals who likely overdosed and want to do all we can to prevent any further overdose deaths. We are also announcing a new partnership with Northwell Health to open 2 new warming facilities. Our mobile warming units are operating at heightened capacity, and we are increasing the number of H&H mobile warming units to 27 on Friday today and 33 by Saturday night. We want every New Yorker who needs help seeking warmth to be able
Let me slow this down slightly.
to find it. In order to meet New Yorkers directly where they are, we are making significant additions to our street outreach operation. We are enlisting the assistance of school nurses who have been trained on direct street outreach and will support DHS outreach workers throughout the weekend. We are mobilizing the crisis management system, a network of neighborhood-based violence interrupters to help with direct street outreach. We are partnering with the Association of Community Employment Programs for the Homeless, otherwise known as ACE, an organization that works with New Yorkers with histories of homelessness, incarceration, and addiction to deploy staff to enhance our direct street outreach efforts. We are also asking business improvement districts across the city to help with direct
Someone misbonded on homeless.
street outreach. We are sharing messaging with them about how to connect New Yorkers to shelters, safe havens, and resources. And we are piloting a new peer outreach model, where formerly homeless New Yorkers are paired with outreach workers to encourage homeless New Yorkers to seek shelter indoors. This is an all-hands-on-deck operation, and I'm deeply grateful to our partner agencies for stepping up to expand
Is he wrapping his opening
our
right here?
outreach. Throughout this difficult period, the feedback we've received directly from New Yorkers has also proved vital. Thank you to each one of you across the city who has done so, including within our press corps. Our team has worked to be responsive and incorporate changes in real time. When it became clear that not enough New Yorkers knew of the warming spaces available to them, we added clear and comprehensive signage so that resources were easier to access. And when we were told that the 311 menu was too difficult to navigate, we moved the prompt for assisting a homeless individual closer to the top of the call. Previously, when you would call 311, it would take 1 minute and 20 seconds to be able to call for help for a homeless New Yorker. Now, it takes approximately 40 seconds. We also rolled out a PSA across our Link NYC kiosks, alerting New Yorkers that they could call 311 directly from the kiosk itself to find a warm space. With this cold continuing to endure, so too will our efforts. While city government is doing everything in our power to offer warm spaces, shelter, and protection, I am echoing my call to our fellow New Yorkers. We must all do our part to ensure that we keep everyone safe over the next few days to come. If you see someone in need, please call 311 immediately so our outreach workers and first responders at FDNY and NYPD can provide assistance. And to those who may consider themselves more comfortable on the streets, I want to speak directly to you, to employer, to come inside. These temperatures are too low and too dangerous to survive. Please wait out the cold in a safe place with a warm bed. If you know someone who may need to hear this message, I ask you, share this across
Home is tanking.
your social media, whether it be on WhatsApp or WeChat or however you may communicate with those that you know.
People are kind of dumb.
It may seem small, but truly every single effort makes a difference in keeping New Yorkers safe amidst what will be some of the coldest weather we have experienced in this city in quite
I'm getting jumped.
some time. To receive more information, I urge all New Yorkers who have not already done so to sign up for Notify NYC by texting Notify NYC to
There's just so many ways you can say it in the
692.
Q&A.
Our work to keep New Yorkers
This would
safe
only make
will
sense
not
if
stop.
There's no Q&A.
Stay warm, stay inside if you can, and please stay safe. Thank you very much.
Take some on-topic questions and then off to, yeah, Craig, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, there's going to be questions.
Hi, Mr. Mayor, how are you?
Hi, Craig. How's it going?
So tonight you've implored the people on the streets who don't like, who feel more comfortable on the streets to come inside. But what happens if they don't at this point? I mean, you even said it, 20 minutes out in the cold could lead to a fatality. So are you not using it as a last resort at this point to bring them inside and voluntarily remove them, even if it's just a few hours, doesn't lead to a placement?
So involuntary transport continues to be used in the same manner it was as the prior administration. And thus far, we have seen clinical determinations of a number of New Yorkers who have been deemed to be a danger to themselves or to others. And sometimes that designation comes from an assessment that a New Yorker is not adequately clothed given the weather that they are living through in that moment. And that is going to continue to be part of the assessments that outreach workers are making over the course of tomorrow, the next day. What also separates this weekend from those that have come prior is the expansion of the number of outreach workers that will be out there, including additional nurses who will be making those kinds of determinations.
But I think the clarification of, is there any such thing at this point as being adequately clothed?
No, man, so cheap.
Right? You can't say there's not enough clothing at this point to safely be out there. So what leads to that determination?
You know, I trust our nurses in making that determination as well as other New Yorkers who are authorized to do so. They've done so in a number of moments, and they've brought those New Yorkers inside, and that may be the case for this weekend as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll also get some 5 boroughs.
Hey Mayor, I'm wondering if the police
So,
department,
yeah, I couldn't see it. How's it?
It might just be an
police department has been
opportunity
directed at all to
for
stop
me to
moving
shoot
homeless
yes.
people from subways or subway stations, and I have a second part of that question.
Can you just ask the second part as well?
Sure, I'm wondering, Legal Aid Coalition for the Homeless told us that they feel there hasn't been enough coordination between groups in terms of helping, and I'm wondering, you know, what your, some private hospitals don't know that they shouldn't be kicking people out, like some of those sort of you know, issues that are coming up. So I'm wondering, have you done anything in terms of coordination? Have you heard that? Are you working to solve that?
I think each and every day is an opportunity to address any of the concerns that we hear from New Yorkers over the course of this enhanced Code Blue. This began on January 19th. It is continuing given the weather. And one of the things to make more seamless is how to ensure that every agency's communication with another, but also to external groups as well. And I think that's part of what I was referring to earlier in saying that when New Yorkers share their feedback with us about how we can better meet the needs, it is helpful towards ensuring that we can do so.
What?
Department of moving homeless people. That was the first question.
Sorry, could you state that in its
I
entirety?
said, are the police? Has the police department been instructed not to?
I'm not getting any.
Homeless people. What has been the guidance?
In what context?
In context of whether they're a danger to themselves, or whether they're
If the NYPD determines that someone is a danger to themselves or to others, it falls within the earlier question around involuntary transport. And they can also make that determination.
Hi, Mayor. What is the number of the outreach workers you have across each borough, and
They're
when
doing
exactly will this outreach
5
on the ground
across
start?
each borough.
So this outreach on the ground has been a fact of our response since the beginning of Code Blue. That number, I'll get back to you on the total number that we will have this weekend, but it is an expansion from what we have had. I've had the pleasure, frankly, of meeting a number of those outreach workers. They are out there at all times of day and at night, and they are doing the work again and again of connecting homeless New Yorkers with safe haven sites and with shelters. And it's thanks to their work, frankly, that we've seen there be more than 1,200 placements thus far.
And when does that work on the ground? Is that starting tonight?
Oh wow, he's dodging.
That's already been,
boroughs,
yeah, that's been the case since the Code Blue began. Yeah, we'll get back to you on the total number. We'll see this week.
Hi, Mayor.
Hey, Josie, how's it going?
You mentioned a new pilot peer outreach program. I wonder if you can talk a little bit more about that. How many new teams? I mean, this seems like
no live bills.
interesting time to roll out a new. Assuming it's a brand new program, considering we're in sort of an emergency situation. And then,
Huh?
my second question on Brian Lair this
On
week,
yes?
you were asked about the
Really?
Staten Island warning buses, and you said the buck stops with you, and that ultimately that's
Dude,
your fault as mayor, as the person at the very top. Do you have that same line of thinking?
guess I'm rinsed on Travis Scott.
The deaths in the cold. Do you think that as mayor, you're ultimately responsible for these deaths?
I think as the mayor, I'm responsible for city actions across the 5 boroughs. And I think that
There's 5 boroughs,
I have to be
man.
clear about
I tried
that because
to
I think
get
for
5 boroughs, man.
far too long, New Yorkers have been told to
how
cast
did I
blame in
not
different
get
places.
any
And I am the
fills?
mayor. And so when a New Yorker has a critique about the way that the city has been running or the way the city has been responding, it's my job to hear.
I should have just bought it like 20.
And I'm lucky
these
to be
prices got
surrounded not only by an incredible team
stupid
today, but
after
frankly
it's
every day.
open. 5 boroughs was down to 20.
In ensuring that we can be the best that we can be. But there's always more to be done. And I think to your first question,
Man.
when outreach workers approach a homeless New Yorker, oftentimes what they will find is that a homeless New Yorker's response to the offer of shelter is informed by their experiences in the past, their experiences in the shelter system, their experiences with city services. And when you conduct outreach with a peer, it has been shown to be more effective at times in making that case because it is actually someone else who has lived through these same kind of experiences. And so that's part of what is motivating us to use not only every tool at our disposal, but also to have this be a part of what it will look like this weekend at a time when the cold is quite frankly at a level that New Yorkers have not seen for a long.
Okay, I got some cheap snow.
How many teams?
We will get back to you on the question of that. Yeah.
Miles, we'll go through all the questions about the EO as well.
Do you want me to wait for off topic?
You go ahead.
Let me just. I'll stay on this topic. I wonder if you feel you've been able, the administration has been able to communicate clearly enough about these 17 deaths. I think
No
we've
one's
learned
gonna
very
ask me
little
about
about the
cleaning up
deaths,
on
and
the snow.
do you think you've done a good enough job communicating about that? And for off topic, I'll ask about your executive order.
I leave it to New Yorkers to make that judgment. What I will tell you is we always want to share whatever information we have about the New Yorkers who have lost their lives outside over the course of this cold. As you said, it's 17 at this point, where we have seen preliminary indications that 13 of them lost their lives as a result of hypothermia, preliminary indications that 3 of them lost their lives as a result of overdose, and 1 still to be determined even at a preliminary level. And we share this also not only to mourn them and to share our condolences with their loved ones, but also because oftentimes in our city, we as New Yorkers believe that we can brave any set of conditions. What we are talking about, however, is whether that can be fatal if you are subjected to it for a longer period of time. And we're looking to use every
Come on, talk about the snow, man.
single tool we have to ensure that we can keep New Yorkers indoors and warm.
The Department of Homeland Security is sounding off about your executive order. Today, they said that it's going to make New Yorkers less safe as a direct result of the policy, and they say there are 7,000
Could there be a mismod?
migrants who are in custody of New York jurisdiction with an active detainer, and that you should not release them. What's your message to the Secretary?
My message to everyone is that these are policies that keep New Yorkers safe. These are policies that are motivated by delivering public safety, not in spite of public safety. And today's executive order was in part a restatement of existing city policy about the fact that we do not allow ICE agents into city properties, such as a school or a hospital, without a judicial warrant signed by a judge, as well as additional directives to ensure full compliance with these policies across every city agency. The directive to create an interagency apparatus that can respond in times of sudden crisis, and to take every measure we can to protect New Yorkers' privacy. Those are the things that keep New Yorkers safe. Safety is what we're motivated by. That's what we're going to deliver.
Man, safe in the 90s for this is just crazy.
To call 911 directly instead of 311 to avoid all of those prompts and to create a more urgent sense of having to call right now. And also, of the people that your clinicians, your officers have interacted with, you said you've made 27 involuntary commitments.
Yes.
How many people have they interacted with
look at
where they
Travis
said,
Scott.
no, that person does have a...
All the way up.
How do you decide I'm going to stay out on the street?
So I don't have that number for you. But on the first question, would you mind just restating that, Nicole?
Oh, why not ask people...
Oh, yes, on that, yes.
But dude, I feel like people are nervous.
This has been a part of typical Code Blue policies. However, once we get to the end of this winter storm, we're going to be doing a full reflection as to what the city's policies have been thus far, what need to be changed. Thank you.
Right behind you and then-
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's Boris from Germany's newspaper, Süddeutsche.
Hello?
Hi. There's a growing debate in Europe about boycotting the Soccer World Cup in the United States.
A World Cup question?
Policies of the federal government, Minneapolis, Greenland, so as a former player of the Talking Headers and also the city where a couple of games are played, what do you think about boycotts, and what would be an appropriate way to show for international
Moving some of my business.
soccer fans that they are not happy with them?
You said as a former player, I was wondering who it was going to be in reference to, and somehow it's me. I am incredibly passionate about the world's game. I am incredibly excited at the prospect of hosting the world here in this city and across this country for the most watched sporting event across the globe. And I also understand why many have shared their own critiques of policies that we're seeing across this country. I have engaged in that myself, in criticisms, especially around immigration enforcement, as we've been speaking about today, and I know that you referenced as one of the motivators of that. I will leave it to others to make their own determinations. What I will say, however, is that
Guess he's off the topic.
we are
They're
very excited
asking
here in New
off
York City
topic
to welcome
now.
the world, and to show that not only is this a city where the world is at home, but it's also a city where much of the world has found a home, and that those New
Dude, this got bonded.
Yorkers are so excited at the prospect
early.
of seeing every single part
I
of
tried to
themselves
get
reflected
cheap
in
homes, Then it went back up to 50s.
hopefully
now
what will be an incredible
snow's
time.
not going to hit the one I get filled.
Hi there. So we checked out a couple of warning centers today. At one of them, the bus was not there. It was a
Okay, a buses
block.
question?
Another one had very minimal signage and like 2 people on board. Another one also had minimal signage. So when will that clear additional signage be put up? And then what's the protocol for warning
What?
buses just not there?
Well, a warming bus should be exactly where it's supposed to be.
Giannis?
And signage is something that ever since it's been brought up to us, that has actually been in progress for us to put up that signage to make clear in every possible way where this is. The other part of what I mentioned earlier today is that we are now adding in as a tool into Link
Hey,
NYC
good
kiosks,
sell.
where not only
Take
can
profits
New
on
Yorkers
that.
make a call directly
I was trying to buy cheap yesterday.
to 311 to inform them of a homeless individual that's in need of help, but also there'll be a way in which to find a list of warming centers as well.
What if buses there? So like,
That's something that we're going to follow up on. Shouldn't be something that New Yorkers have to worry about.
Mayor, what do you think of the
Thank you,
East Bishop Harmelin situation with Hope Golf?
Oh, it's wrapped. It's over. I didn't get any. Wow, what a crazy wrap. All right. Well, that was like a weird finish. There goes 50 bucks. All right, well, we have some breaking news now that Mamdani is over. I shouldn't take my headphones out. You don't hear anything. Okay. I'm joined by Ben, who also has a position on this. We are monitoring who will perform at the big game, in which case we've seen lately. Let me hide this screen here.
55 now.
Look at this. So, first this morning, we see Lady Gaga start absolutely pumping here. Lady Gaga goes all the way. If we look on the yes side, I mean, I'm on no's because I'm holding no, but Lady Gaga is now 82% to perform at the big game. I accumulated no shares yesterday. My rationale was they issued so Lady Gaga is performing in a commercial where she sings, but they issued a clarification yesterday that commercials don't count as performed at the big game. So I thought maybe people were still like not thinking straight in terms of filling yeses, but it really seems like Lady Gaga's performing. There's just some crazy price action on the yes. I would say, John Jung, it is not a gross misunderstanding of the contract at this point. You just can't argue it. There's been too much liquidity, too much volume to me for this to be a misunderstanding. So it seems really likely that she's performing. She'll probably, if anything, yeah, I'm not doubling down for sure. I mean, I have a small position. I'll take the loss on. That's that. And the other thing is I'm a little bit hedged here. So I have like an equal size position on no Cardi B. To me, with Lady Gaga performing, Cardi B's not going to perform, right? Like I mean, it could happen, but based on the prices now, it's like seems pretty clear that Lady Gaga is not going to perform, but who knows? But with these two positions, I'm kind of hedged a little bit. But dude, Travis Scott, what is happening with Travis Scott? This is the crazy one. This is happening right now.
There's no volume on it. I think it might just be silly.
What do you mean there's no volume on it, dude? 135,000 was just traded.
No, but like, really?
Wait, no, never mind. Wait, was I looking at it wrong? No. Okay.
This just has no volume on either side.
Am I no on Anthropic for the ad market? Oh, yes, certainly. The Claude commercials don't count for Anthropic. It's clear in the rules. You should not be on Yes Anthropic. The only reason you could ever be on Yes Anthropic is if you want to like flip. But yeah, it definitely would not be Yes Anthropic. But yeah, look at Travis Scott here. Travis Scott was at 80 cents for no for the longest time, and just within the last hour has gone to like a 50-50. So this is kind of crazy. I mean, it's not incredible volume. By the way, guys, I have no position on this. I bought this earlier, so don't watch this and say you should buy no Travis Scott, by the way. I'm not advising any of you necessarily trade this right now, because like I don't know the information on this. I have a small position that I bought earlier, like when I thought there was no way it'd be Travis Scott, but this price action is pretty suspect, you know, to where like somebody might know something. So getting that out of the way. But I'm just saying, look how bizarre it is where Travis is now up to 55% for yes. So seems like somebody knows something, and Travis Scott might additionally be performing, but it just sounds so crazy for Travis Scott to be performing with Bad Bunny. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like this price action, you got to think it's happening. So I'll probably lose $700 on this. I was watching Eyewitness News, ABC 7 New York. That's usually the faster streams for Mamdani. But yeah, this is crazy on Travis, man. Just some crazy price action.
But see, this feels very much like retail because there aren't these big blocks. It's just this like small little.
What do you mean?
I mean, like it's the order book isn't getting bulked. Like it's happening like hundreds of shares like slowly at a time. Travis Scott is also the most retail friendly striker. I'm honestly not feeling horrible about this.
So let's see how much is getting traded. It looks like, yeah, it's really not. It doesn't appear to be like that much volume that's really getting traded, but
like when they were,
it's like little bits of like 2K, 500, 2K.
I think there's just gonna be constant FUD happening, or just like constant weirdness. Like when the Bad Bunny halftime show was being announced, Post Malone logged to like 90, and Bad Bunny went to 10. Like there's always some weird stuff. We were
Yeah,
all
I remember
stream
it.
when that happened. Like,
Yeah.
we like didn't know what was happening. We thought it was like insider trading. Like I think there can just be a lot of silliness going on. But I mean, like I think Lady Gaga clearly is performing, but I think people are getting scared on Travis Scott because the same thing happened to Lady Gaga. I think we would have seen the same price movement happen with Lady Gaga with Travis Scott had it been the same exact thing.
Well, it's interesting. Travis Scott, there's really not that much volume that's been traded. Like, you look at Lady Gaga, 1.3 million in volume. She's almost
That is insane.
5x. She's at over 5x on what's been traded so far on Travis. So it's not like there's too many people with like huge positions.
And that 1.3 is the sharps getting rinsed.
I think it's pretty high, John Jung. Yeah, yesterday there was big price action on Gaga, no. So
Gaga, no, or yes?
or sorry, yes, yeah. So I'm happy to like not have had huge positions on any of these. I do have a pretty big bag on Anthropic, no, though, but I don't really see how that could necessarily change. I'll probably sell that if it jumps up closer to 90, but I think you're probably accurate, John Chung. But yeah, man, Travis Scott, this is just crazy. But again, not that much open interest, right? So all it takes to move this to 70 is like 10K. Technical on NBA announcer? I don't know. I don't have any thoughts. I don't play the NBA announcer mentions that much. Gaga performed on Beale Street before the Super Bowl last year. What do you mean on Beale Street? Because if you don't perform like in the Super Bowl and you perform outside it, I don't think that's gonna go yes, right? Based on the rules, I don't know. But maybe it's something like that. I mean, regardless, it's just a bizarre market to watch. Like, I think the next 2 days we'll probably see some crazy price action. No one knows why Travis pumped so much, Chiller. That's what people are trying to figure out. I have a tiny position on no. I have 1,000 shares. Might get wrecked there, but
Wait, PMT, do you have a FanDuel?
a what?
Do you have a FanDuel?
What's that?
Like a FanDuel sportsbook? Because like I saw.
Oh, no, I
like,
don't.
Travis Scott's at like plus. Crazy amount.
Wow. So Bitcoin price, by the way, now going back up to 70K. All right, let's see, Foster. What did you send? This better be a meme. Oh my gosh. This is some random person on Twitter. Let's see what they say. A random person on Twitter. Doogie Master. Bookmark this. Travis Scott will perform at the Super Bowl.
So that's fun. That's fun.
And Foster is commenting below it. Okay, there's a lot of people commenting.
Dude, that
This
has
is
to
just
be
some
fun.
random account, by the way. Who is Doogie Master? Hopefully there's nothing bad on his Twitter. I don't know how trustworthy Doogie Master is. If you were me, you'd cash out and buy 1 Bitcoin. I don't know. I think I can make more rather than just like dumping my money in Bitcoin. Not a big crypto guy personally. Doogie Master is Travis Scott? This is his alt?
Please.
Oh shoot, did I pull all my bids? No. Yeah, wow. Just bizarre. Crazy price action, man. These markets are just so crazy. It's gonna be crazy if like all of this really is just like FUD. I think it's super unlikely, but like so many people are gonna be like, why did I not buy a ton of no shares, you know, when it was priced this way.
So you think he's performing, Travis Scott?
I don't think this price action is enough to say he's performing. It's not like it's that much volume. How long is Bad Bunny gonna perform? I think there's a market, honestly. It's probably priced pretty accurately. Seems like it's supposed to last like 14 minutes, between 14 and 15. It's time to buy the Gaga tip right now? I don't know about that. I would not touch it. Definitely not national anthem, but it is something to think about that like this doesn't necessarily have to be a halftime show. So if it sounds bizarre, it's like, yeah, it maybe be bizarre if they partnered for the halftime show, but he could just be performing something else, some other like small thing. I don't know. Any big movements in the advertising markets? Let's see. All these are still bonded. A lot of these still 50-50. What are you? Do you have any positions you want to shill for Super Bowl that you're holding?
I mean, like Cardi B, no. I feel like I mean, I'm still on Travis Scott, no. I'm looking at other sites, and it has like Travis Scott.
But are the other sites halftime show?
Yes.
Because that's different, right?
Then
Perform could be anything. Perform is not just halftime show.
So what are the other options besides halftime show?
I don't know. It could be some like weird thing where they show like. But you're right. Like
Have they ever done that though? Like
I don't know, but I mean, there's probably some chance.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, if someone's sharp, they could like arb the hell out of like. Travis.
Well, you can't get size on those types of things on books.
On the novels.
They'll give you like $100.
I was looking at the other ones. I think they pulled everything at this point.
Yeah.
But.
Well, you seen it here first. Travis Scott is getting mogged. Who knows what's gonna happen?
But so is Cardi B right now. Like
Cardi B's getting mogged on no. Oh, what the hell?
No, she's getting mogged to 65.
I don't understand any of this. Yeah,
it's retail.
I mean, how much volume?
I mean, there was a lot of volume on Cardi B.
Oh, wow.
Almost a mil.
A 15K. No, it's 15K buy, though. Just now. That brought it up to 65. Jeez, dude. These markets are so crazy. Who's going to just market by 15K like that?
15K isn't enough for an insider, though. Like, there's so much open interest. If you know Cardi B's performing...
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first. We'll be monitoring the news as it comes out the next few days. It's just bizarre to me that there's no information out there. Am I giving up on Mamdani? Mamdani already ended. I never like am that into Mamdani speeches. I don't know. They're so like they're just not like volatile. Fans believe could be surprise guests, including Rosalia, Travis Scott, and The Weeknd. Yeah, I mean
There's
they.
no chance,
I just.
no shot.
I don't know. I guess maybe. We'll see.
Everything's getting mogged, yes. Like, this is making me feel better. Everything's getting mogged, yes, and then it's getting corrected.
Imagine he just has like 50 people for a Super Bowl performance this year. Imagine how much that would rinse people.
Wasn't he saying it was going to be like a dance party? Does dancing count if they come on stage?
No, they have to sing. So just dancing doesn't count.
So there was a tweet about the fireworks. Like, they like did a test of the fireworks and people were taking videos of it. And the fireworks were so huge that I think some people thought it might have been Travis Scott. Because, like, they're like, no, like, you could, like, search on Twitter for like test fireworks. I mean,
Let's see.
I think that's pretty bad logic for like thinking it's gonna be Travis Scott. But fuck, man. I mean, I'm like hella underwater on this like. I know I got rinsed on Lady Gaga, but like.
All right. Here's footage. I don't know. If you see this fireworks, I don't see how this would say anything about Travis Scott. Like, what? What would that have to do with Travis Scott? But that is a lot of fireworks. But it's the Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah. I do think because Lady Gaga, everyone's getting nervous. Like, I think if Lady Gaga hadn't happened, like, everyone would just be, like, buying nose up.
Wait, dude, do not buy, Collier, do not buy anything on the executive order signing. That is closed press. It's not happening. Everything's going no. Do not buy yes. Please. You are giving away money if you buy yes. That's why it's priced where it is.
Good guy, PMC.
There was 3 pregame performances last year, including a pre-recorded performance by Lady Gaga. Would that even resolve yes under these rules?
Yeah, it doesn't. Right? I think we've already established that.
But like I do wonder if like a pre-recorded thing would count. I'm sorry, Collier. It happens. But now you'll know going forward to be careful on open versus close. That is Ben in the background. He's holding some underwater bags on the Super Bowl market.
I know. I don't understand it. I mean, maybe this is a good lesson.
Guest appearance counts as performs? Well, let's see. Pre-recorded performances that are presented as part of the official event do count.
Has that ever happened before? Like,
yeah, they said people played pre-recorded clips in past years.
During, like, what does that mean? Like, during the halftime show?
Just no, not it doesn't have to be halftime show. Just during the Super Bowl, if they like air something. Wait, you have a massive position on state of union attendance. No, for who? I don't know if it has to be presented during halftime show because this isn't a halftime show market. This is just a Super Bowl market. Like, where does it explicitly say halftime? I think anything during the game would count. It's from start to the end of the official broadcast. So I also think it'll probably include before the actual play clock starts.
Well, okay, so the clarification says and is either a scheduled performer or makes a guest appearance during another artist's performance. In the clarification.
I have no opinion, Jangler, on those people, I guess. I don't know, on State of the Union. Because it's also very dependent on price, but I haven't like looked at that attendance market. I don't know if I'm really gonna play it. I don't really know how you'd get like a good edge in that market, but you probably can. I don't know. Yeah, they have to perform. That's for sure. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it has to be like during the halftime show, but like it does say does not include red carpet, pre-show, or after-party performances. Yeah, it's crazy market, man. And it's just going to get crazier as the event happens. I don't think things are going to get bonded, no, before the event either. It's just going to be a crazy weekend. Strap in, man. We're going into Super Bowl weekend. It's Friday. Only a couple days to go. Wait, what is this Serena Williams thing? Dude, my portfolio could sink. I'm going to probably have I'm going to have a lot of money on the Super Bowl. So I'll either lose at least 20K or make at least 20K, hopefully. Serena Williams.
I'm on row.
Wait, but Serena Williams, is she even a strike? What are you guys looking at this for? I don't know about Monaco opener ETF FaceTime. Again, that's something I would have a tiny amount on. Like, I was thinking of putting like $50 on it. And that's more so just because I like hearing Monaco. I don't think there's any long-term edge in taking Monaco yes, unless you want something fun to sweat for the halftime show. It's just Monaco sounds so good. That's why when I heard Monaco, I was like, it has to be Monaco. Serena danced on stage with Lamar last year. Who could but Serena's not like a strike for any of this, I guess. Like is there a market you guys are looking at the Serena thing for to like think about? Super Bowl. Oh, just Super Bowl appearances? Let me see.
Is it the attend market?
No, I guess who will make an appearance? Wait. Oh, ad appearances.
Whoa, that is insane. I didn't even know there was a market on this.
On which one?
The ad appearance. Like that's
the brands one? That's just the brands one.
No. Who will appear in the big game ad?
Wait, that's a market?
Sydney Sweeney at 80, dude. I kind of love that. Well, like, there's got to be some locks here, right?
Well, someone just sent me something on Serena, and she's only at 80. Is
this actual alpha?
I don't know. It's like I think it's Ozempic.
34 pounds down on GLP-1s. Healthier on Row.
I don't know.
Supported on Row. FDA approved GLP-1 options. Now even in a pill. Weight loss expertise I trust. I'm moving better on Row. I'm feeling better on Row. I'm Serena Williams. This is me on Row.
All right, what does this say? Healthier on Row featuring Serena Williams, song by Sleigh Bells, tennis legend Serena Williams showcases her personal weight loss journey. Is this confirmed by other sources? Let's see. Active. It'll be played at the Super Bowl. So for these,
does it count before and after?
it has to come after kickoff and before regulation time ends. So I guess the reason you maybe wouldn't bond these is if they play the ad like somehow during the broadcast but before the game starts. So that's something to watch.
I know. I mean,
But I think that's why all this stuff trades at like 80, 85.
that's probably fair value, like, to be honest. Like, it's probably gonna happen.
And it's probably plus EV, but like it's probably still plus EV. Probably fair would be like 90, assuming like it's guaranteed they have a Super Bowl, but you just don't know when it's playing. But that's something to think about, is like if they play this ad before kickoff, then I guess it wouldn't resolve yes, is my understanding.
Dude, there's just so many Super Bowl markets. You like can't be in all of them. Like,
Yeah. It's crazy. There's so many things going on. All right, well, it looks like Travis is potentially recovering. I mean, I don't know. Let's see.
yeah, I feel better about
Yeah,
that.
Travis is recovering a little bit. I don't know what the hell those buys were. Hopefully just someone not knowing something. I mean, even seeing it at 59. We'll see. Maybe we'll get cooked on Travis Snow. But just seems bizarre. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always for tuning in. We have a big weekend ahead. I want to wish everyone the best of luck for the Super Bowl, probably the biggest day out of the year. Rest up ahead of time. Get your positions in. All the best luck. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to be locked in at my computer. Maybe I'll do some spaces this weekend. I'm thinking it would be fun with like a ton of other traders talking through what they're thinking about for the Super Bowl. So stay tuned for that. We might do some Twitter spaces if you guys are around.